guys? This is Big Wave Dave coming at you with a new episode. And of course, as always, if you like what you hear, I would definitely appreciate it, more than appreciate it, if you would subscribe and donate to the links in the description down below. Of course, we got some other projects as well. Balls Out, my other podcast media scene there that I have with another group of buddies there that we're trying to get started. We just dropped our first episode. Haven't quite set up the simple cast quite like myself yet, but we're getting to that. We're working out the logistics. And again, just thank you for coming to listen, guys. I love you so much, and I love doing this. So if you like what you hear, if you love what you hear, you want to hear more, definitely donate, subscribe, and like the hell out of this so that I guess we can trick the YouTube formula so that I can get in there, and people can see me, people hear what I have to say, and, we'll be taking off. But anyway, this episode, today we're talking about, let's see here, we're talking about the importance of letting go and managing the stress of wanting to be successful. And I think that these two things are very powerful in what direction your life is going to go, and what I mean by that is that, these types of things, letting go, knowing how to stop spending time with a person or stop spending time on something that is not getting you anywhere is hard, because you might be comfortable with that thing in that moment. You might be comfortable with what you're doing in the moment and it feels safe, but not everything safe is always necessarily good for the advancement of your person. There could be something out there that if you just take the jump, if you take the dive, you won't regret it. And it's, I could use this as an example. I've always been told, even at a young age, once again, that I have a great voice. I have a great narration voice. It's very soft-spoken and smooth. And I should be in radio. All my life, people have told me to be in radio. Like, yeah, you should be in radio, man. No. But anyways, enough about myself. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that take that leap. You know what I mean? Just step outside of yourself and see what you're capable of, because you just never know. I mean, I'm listening to myself right now, and I didn't think that in the time it took me to even conceive or birth this idea in my head that I would be on the 5th episode, making my way up to maybe 20, 30 episodes. I'm trying to do 10 episodes a season, get a nice little set going here, and just continue to let the world hear my voice, because I think that I can do it. I believe in myself, and I have the confidence to continue to strive and move forward, which, helps me segue into the other part of this episode, which is the stress of wanting to be successful. Now, my earlier episode, on episode 4 of BWDSound or BigWaveSound, I did talk about how I was kind of under a lot of stress from the amount of views I was getting, the number of subscribers I had, and things like that. I was really being negative about my podcast episode, and it really caused me to drag my feet, and it was a terrible time. Not horrible, like I was in agony, like, but I'm just saying, like, it felt like I was stuck in time in one spot. I really couldn't figure out how to move forward, or if I should continue to make episodes, if anyone really even listened or liked it. But someone told me you can't worry about stuff like that. You can't sit around waiting for someone to support you, because you're all you got. You're all you got. Of course, your family, it's a given that they're going to try and support you and things like that. But you always want to make sure that your number one star player, in the great words of Cat Williams, you got to be in tune with your star player. If you're not in tune with your star player, you're not going to be very successful. Now me, I'm just now trying to get in tune with my star player. I'll admit it. I'm not like some of these folks out here who 16, 17, 18, 21 years old, early on in life, they were able to figure it out. They were able to make it work. They had guidance and things like that. And they were able to figure it out. Now, I'm not making excuses for myself. I had plenty of time to get things going and get things together, and not be so lackadaisical and lazy about it and be driven. But, I was out here trying to have fun and do what I wanted to do and be a knucklehead and, do what I do. And I am where I am. Trust me, if a lot of you folks knew what my position was right now, you would not feel so bad about yourself. I'm telling you. And I don't want you to come to my podcast I don't want you to come to my podcast thinking I'm talking down on any of you or I'm talking bad about you. Now, if we beefing, if you're coming at me and my podcast, you're coming at my podcast fans and my folks at the Big Wave gang, man, you can't be coming at the Big Wave gang. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Anyway, yeah, if you're coming at me crazy like that, then I got to defend myself. I have no choice. But anyway, staying on topic, the importance of letting go and the stress of wanting to be successful, it can really get to you and cause you to stop your stride. So what I did, I decided that I was going to restructure my show. I was going to redo it. I was just going to sit down, schedule everything, organize everything, think about what I was going to do and say at every point that I was going to be running this show, because that's important. You need a plan. You need a plan, or nothing is going to, if you don't have structure, you can't build a bridge, and construction, they have to sit and plan for days, weeks, hours, before they maybe even months before they even start building, because if they don't build this structure correctly, people's lives are at stake, and I'm not attributing doing a podcast to constructing a skyscraper or a bridge, but I'm just saying that take that for instance and take the importance of just the steps it takes and the planning behind that and apply it to whatever you do, because then no matter what you do, think of it like this: no matter what you do, whether you're trying to be a super athlete, whether you're trying to start a business, whether you're trying to try new recipes and try to cook and learn a new skill, you'll be just as solid as that foundation of that skyscraper or that bridge that those construction workers made or built to be successful. Be that bridge, and then you can be that bridge or be that skyscraper or that foundation for someone else, because you have experience in learning how to deal with that stress or deal with managing your success. So really it comes down to what steps you take and how well you plan, and I'm finally back. I'm back on my feet doing my thing with this podcast, because I figured out a way to finally give the people what they want, but also do what I want at the same time and not not make it feel like work. I've been feeling kind of bad because my buddies, Chris, Jalen, Crystal, Jarrell, Keith Wright, all my buddies, my brother, they've been getting on my ass. They've been like, David, what the hell, man? What the hell's been going on? Where have you been at? That's why I named my last episode, Where the Hell You Been? Just to explain it. But yeah, I feel like I'm letting people down, and I just can't do that. I got people who are very close to me and important to me that I do want to show them what I'm capable of. And, they even donate to me. My buddy Chris, he's donated to me more than a few times, and hell, I could stand to reach out to this gentleman. I love this guy to death. He's doing pretty well, just got a house. This man's well on his way. I've been really looking at Chris with reverence, man. I'm taller than Chris, I'm bigger than Chris, all this crap, whatever you want to say if you put us next to each other side by side. But, this guy's really professional. He's really about his business. He's really been taking his time since high school, planning and working and just moving his feet, doing his thing to get to where he thinks he needs to be in this life. And I've observed him, and I just got to tell Chris, if you're listening, Chris, I really appreciate you being in my life, man, in many more ways than when I kind of looked up to you. And my brother, too, of course, and my family. But Chris, you have no idea the effect you've had on my life. You truly treated me like a friend, you and Tori, and things like that. And that I think this is a great transition into the other part of this podcast, which is going to be tough to talk about just because of something that's happened in the past couple of days. that, I don't want to air out anyone's business, so I won't say anyone's names, but people who are in the close vicinity of my friends, that they'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But just to kind of start talking about it, just kind of get into it. I got a buddy who, God bless him. I hope him the best. I wish him the best in his efforts and his endeavors in business. He's a genius, I'll say. He's an intelligent man, intelligent guy. He works hard. He's been working hard for the better part of what I've known him for. It's just that I've always felt this tension within our friendship. I've always felt like he really didn't like me. I always felt like he, not that he was in competition with me. I won't say that because he was a pretty confident guy in himself, but it just felt like he just had this bone to pick with me, or he had this itch he had to scratch to screw with me, or just talk crazy or talk down to me, and I think a lot of people misconstrue the definition of a friend. And I read something very interesting the other day out of a book by Bell Hooks called All About Love, right? And if I quote this correctly, I may not, so definitely go look it up. But out of that book, she wrote that the definition of abuse and harm and pain, the definition of abuse and pain cannot coexist in the same world, the same domain, the same sentence as love and nurturing, right? So you can't be in a relationship with somebody, no matter what level that relationship is, whether you're dating them, having sex with them, you're friends with them, you're married, no matter what that relationship is, whether they're a family member, abuse and love, and hear me when I say this, listen very closely, abuse and love cannot exist. They cannot coexist in the same vicinity, the same relationship, the domain within it lives. It cannot exist together. So if you have someone in your life who is telling you that they love you this, they care about you, that they want to nurture you, they want to take care of you, all this business, but on the back end, you don't feel that from them. Their actions say different. They tell you they want to be your friend, right? They tell you that they want to be cool with you, or you're a great guy and all this biz. And they showing you love when you giving them money or something, or paying for a service. But, the moment you have a question, the moment you question something with them, the moment you question their character or question something that they're involved with, they blow up on you and become this toxic person, become this totally different person. That's not love, and that's not love, and they may have never had love for you, or they may have never been your friend. And if this is something you've been dealing with since you've known this person, and the only excuse they have to give you is that it's because of you, it's you make me act like this is your fault. That person is an abuser. That person is abusive, and that person does not have the level of self-awareness to truly handle the issues that they're dealing with, And I'm not going to say anyone's names or go into anyone's past or go into why it is that, I will go into why it is I feel this way about that person, but I'm not going to talk anyone down. I'm not going to throw dirt on anyone's name, because I still, again, like I said at the beginning, I want him to be successful. I want him to do well. And, I just want this person to understand that their attitude towards opposite forces or opposing forces, doesn't always have to be met with aggression, or it doesn't always have to be met with, I'm better than you, or I'm more intelligent than you, so you definitely don't know what you're talking about. Do you need to call me to have me explain it to you? There's no reason to talk to another adult like that, right? And I'm gonna get into why I'm talking about the importance of letting go. And again, this is gonna hurt me. basically I had a situation. I purchased something from a friend. Purchased something, and it sucks. People always say don't mix business and pleasure. It can be very messy. And in this situation, that's exactly what happened. It got very messy very fast. I'm not even sure what happened or how it happened. I have an idea, but, I would have to talk to this gentleman again to really confirm that. But what ended up happening, I purchased this shirt. He had 2 days go by, almost 2 days, excuse me. They go by, and I'm wondering, like, hey, man, what's going on with the shirt? Or what's going on with the jacket? I'm not getting any notification or email or text or anything about the jacket. I'm expecting to get an email or notification that maybe it'll be shipped in the next 2 days, which I didn't. Anyway, moving forward, tried to go through the business website that he has, right? Try to go do it the right way. I tried to go to the website and try to get on the email proxy about a refund. Like, hey, if possible, cancel this order or please send me a refund within 3 to 5, maybe even 7 to 10 business days. I would have been perfectly fine with 7 to 10 business days to get my money back, because basically you have to pay for the product first and then it prepares to be shipped out. According to him, after 24 hours, which, by the way, this verbiage, I told him this verbiage is not on your website, buddy. You need to put this on your website. I know you told me afterwards I need to click on the COVID-19 little tab in the shipment part, right? You told me I need to click on that to see it takes 2 weeks to ship the stuff, right? So I agree with that, but what I don't agree with is that while I'm shopping, maybe there should be something flashing or something that pops up that lets me know, or maybe even when I'm about to pay for it, my friend, even when I'm about to pay for it, that's super important that you make people aware of things like that. It would have been perfect if when I'm about to pay for it, it says, hey, as a reminder, COVID-19, the pandemic is still going on. Once you pay for this, it may take up to 10 to 12 business days to get the shipping going. Right, that would have been perfect. That would have been great for me to see before I paid for it. But no, I was told 2 days after, hey, it'll take 2 weeks to ship, and I was like, oh well, I'm not really trying to wait 2 weeks. And then, a situation kind of took place where I actually really, really needed the money back within that time frame of 7 to 10 days or whatever, 3 to 5 business days, however long it would have taken, but. Here was my problem. It took my money right away, right? I purchased this thing, took my money right away. It hadn't been even 2 days yet. I tried to email the proxy, and the email proxy is not working. Just my luck. The email proxy is not working. So you gotta truly understand, guys, that if the email proxy for a refund is not working, I'm getting a little worried about this whole situation. That made me a little bit worried. So, since I can't go the correct route to try and stop or cancel this order, being as it may that seeing as how we're friends, or at least I thought, I'm gonna get to that part, seeing as how we're cool, we pretty much grew up in high school together, I thought I could maybe shoot you a text inquiring about what I should do because that email proxy is not working. So, we kind of go back and forth a little bit. He tells me the time frame basically being 2 to 3 weeks before I get my money back. And I any sane person, right? And this is no offense to him. Any sane person is not going to just be like, okay, I guess I'll wait 2 to 3 weeks. You know what I mean? You're going to have follow-up questions. Of course, you're going to have follow-up questions. And I did. And he didn't like that. He basically thought I was trying to get my money back right away. He thought the only reason I hit him up was just to have him immediately send me a refund. But it's like we both work at the bank, which, by the way, he brought that up more than once, telling me that maybe I should learn how bank transactions work and bank transfers work and all this smart-ass talk to me, and it's just like two men don't come out of their mouth at each other like this. And I'm figuring like, okay, we're texting, so maybe he's just upset, and because we're texting, this is how he's texting. He's just angry or whatever, frustrated. I don't know what he was. I don't want to speak for that man. But in any case, I don't be doing all this talking crazy through text. Anyway, he gets the assault on my intelligence. he gets to talking crazy to me, talking down, talking about, do you need me to call you to explain how bank transfers work? And yeah. I'm like, well, mate, Jesus, I just said it. I'll probably go back. And like edit that out. But you can tell how emotional I'm kind of getting about this, just because, if you think somebody's just cool with you. Anyway, let me get to the end of this. So I'm trying to figure out, like, buddy, like, why are you talking to me like this? All I did was inquire about the best way to get my refund back, to get my money back. And all of a sudden, your claws are out, your fangs are out, you ready to fight about this $85 or $81, and I'm just like, buddy, he's telling me, hey man, I don't even have the money yet, it's in another business account, yada yada, I'd have to pay you out of my pocket, blah blah blah. I'm like, dog, it's cool. I'm not asking you to pay me right now. I'm just trying to get information. And you getting real offended, and not only are you getting offended, but you're getting offensive. Like, you're talking crazy to me about how bank transfers work and all this business, and why did I even buy it? And it's like, is this how you gonna talk to people? And like, they have questions for you too. I get it. They probably don't have access to you like me, but still, man, so to someone who is supposedly supposed to be your friend and is only wanting to support you, you talking real crazy to someone who could be down the line. I could be a millionaire down the line. You never know where our lives could go. You could need my help someday, but your first thing is, basically it ended like this. I told him, hey man, I didn't see any of that on your website, right? And I tried to read all the verbiage on his website thoroughly. I saw the part about how if you have the product, you got 30 days to return it. They got to check and see if the tag and everything is on it when we return it. And then, I basically read the entire refund policy. But what was not on that refund policy was this whole deal about after 24 hours, you got to wait 2 to 3 weeks to get your money back because it has to be shipped. And then if you don't want it, you got to ship it back. And then all this business, you know what I mean? So it's just, it was just all kind of going over my head. And I felt like this is a ridiculous process for it to take 2 to 3 weeks for my money to come back. But what I wasn't considering, right, and I'm trying to be the devil's advocate on his behalf. What I wasn't considering was that, he is a small business. He's just starting out. He's very newly experienced with all this stuff. As much as he's learned and the merit he has in it and the amount of clientele he may have, shout out to him. He's doing well. He has a lot of folks buying his products. They're great products, but the way he handled the situation with me was just uncalled for. And let me just read the last thing this gentleman said to me. Let me just read this. And basically, I'm going to just read from second to last couple of paragraphs we said with each other. Listen, bro, and this is him. This is the other gentleman. This is, unfortunately, I can't call him my friend anymore based off of this last conversation we had. Just because he was talking way too out of pocket with me for me to consider even purchasing anything from him ever again or considering him a friend. But he says, listen, bro, I don't even have the money to pay you yet to even hold it. The money is just processing somewhere anywhere from 3 to 5 days. I work for a bank to confirm that. I don't know if you need me to call you and tell you this or what, but take me out of the equation. You just bought something from I don't even know what he's saying here. You just bought something from a business and you need a refund. They're going to process it and it's going to take whatever time it takes. I explained everything to you. He's basically saying here he's explained all the time frames and stuff like that. But he also says here, let's see here. Shit. He says, shit, if you need it that bad, I don't understand why you bought it. He's basically saying, if you need your money back that bad, I don't know why you bought it. Well, my friend, I bought it because I thought it was a great product. I wanted to support my friend, and I didn't think you'd be a dick about it if I inquired about how to get the money back. because I did not desire to wait 2 weeks. I didn't want to wait 2 weeks to get your jacket. I thought it was going to be maybe 2 to 3 days or 3 to 5 days to ship it out. But 2 weeks, I'm not trying to wait 2 weeks. So also, again, I may have run into a situation where I may have needed that back, possibly. And no, definitely, like, I needed that. Like, I was just saying, I'm just saying, like, I'm not needing it back immediately, but I'm just trying to wonder, like, hey, is there a way, maybe 7 to 10 business days, I can get this stuff back? Because usually that's the wait time. 5 to 7 or 3 to 5 business days, you get your money back. But no, his whole thing is he thinks I'm trying to get it back right away. That's not what I'm saying to him. I even said in the very beginning, my friend, your email proxy is not working. Anyway, moving on. So he goes on to say, if I sent you however much you paid right now, it'd be off my books. It'd be out of my pockets. I don't even have yours to send back yet, and I'm out the money it takes me to get the jacket made, since that's been taken from my business account already. None of that reads. And my response was, look, my friend, we're both intelligent individuals. If I upset you somehow to have you speak to me like this, I don't know what I said. I'm simply a customer/friend trying to support you. I'm facing some hard times right now, so I inquired about how to get it back. I also did not like the wait time it would have taken to get the jacket. Thought maybe I would have gotten it a lot sooner. You coming at me about how transfers work and calling me up, bro, about how you'll explain it to me. No, thank you. I know how bank transaction systems work and are applied towards personal and business accounts. I work at the bank as well. All I'm going to say is that I'm going to still purchase the jacket when I'm in a better spot or position. And all this about why did I even buy it is really unprofessional, bro. And I'm saying all this out of love. And again, despite the conversation we had today, I'll still support you with a word of advice from someone who is more than just a random customer. I will put all this on your website, including the length of time for a shipment and the statement you made about the 24 hours. Other than that, OG, you stay blessed. I'm speaking. And then he returns back, even worse. Lord. He says, I'm speaking this way because this no longer became a business transaction the moment you hit me for a refund because you're short. If you wanted to keep this professional, understand this. You can't hit up a business and ask for a refund because you hit hard times and expect anything back right then and there. Now, this is my problem with him. He thinks that I'm wanting this money back right away, immediately. And that is not the case, but I'll continue. He says it doesn't work like that. And I understand that because we are friends. Because we are friends, you felt like this would be easy, but there is a process. I want to address that line. I did not think it would be easy. Again, I understand bank transactions and that this probably would have taken 5 to 10 business days for my money to come back, but I wasn't expecting it right away. So already, hopefully you folks can tell that this gentleman made some miscommunications to himself and misconstrued a lot of what I was asking for when it came to this particular purchase. But anyway, he goes on to say, you felt like this would be easy, but there's a process. If you work for a bank, then you understand that. More smart ass talk, fine. You'll get your money back. I'm not holding it, nor do I need it. Nobody said that. This is the point where I kind of notice he's getting a little sensitive. He's getting a little emotional about all this. Just because I'm asking him about the whole refund process, and because I said I didn't understand it and I felt the time frame was ridiculous. But he goes on to say, when I get it, I'll start the process of returning it, no problem. You want to give me tips and the stuff like you're helping, and you're really not. There's a COVID-19 page. Now, I want to address this COVID-19 page, right? Now, I'm not going to promote his website because he's a dick. Maybe later on, if we talk and he apologizes, we kind of apologize to each other and talk it out, we can get something started, but not this time, buddy. Anyway, go to his website. First couple things you'll see is shop, sales, COVID-19. There's a little drop-down menu in the top right corner. All that stuff is there, all those labels. Now usually if you're going to any website, the COVID-19 thing is just kind of talking about how stuff has changed or how their business practices are a little bit different because of the pandemic. No one kind of really expects to read that stuff and see that shipping may be delayed or that the shipping may take more time. Usually it's talking about how people are being clean and that it's being packaged properly and everything, every part and every step is sanitized and you don't have to worry about getting sick. But I wasn't expecting to go to a website, click on a COVID-19 page, and then it says your order will take 2 weeks to be shipped. I wasn't expecting to read that again, but let me finish this. He goes on to say there's a COVID-19 page. Check for that next time before you buy something. Please don't. Now, this is what got me. This is what really kind of threw me off. He goes, please don't buy S-word from me. Don't buy shit from me. I get you want to support, and I appreciate it. Sure you do. But if I see it, I'll cancel it. I don't need any more headaches like this, especially from quote. He puts quote, and this one made me laugh. It's basically say fuck him. He said quote unquote friends. So this is what I did to drop a nuke on his ass. I'll tell you what I texted him. I'll tell you what I sent him. I said, buddy, you are the owner, and I had an inquiry that could not be answered by your website or the email proxy on the website. Because when I tried to send the email, I got a no address reply from Google. Then I sent him an image of address not found, showing his little email proxy for his refunds and whatnot. Basically, when I tried to email it, there was no response. There was nothing. My sub-mailing system couldn't find it. It wasn't working. And I'm sorry I raised my voice there, but I'm just so annoyed that somebody like this, right? Somebody who, even in the beginning of our friendship, who came off as a dick, right? Who came off as somebody who really didn't care for me. Now they're, again, even years later, they're showing their true colors. So I just really wanted to let them know I appreciate that because this goes back to my topic about the importance of letting people go. And definitely he's one of those people on my list who I need to let go because there's not anything in this world I could think of that he could do for me to help me advance my life at this time. And I've done nothing but be good to this guy, right? And all I've gotten from him and maybe even some other folks, right? Maybe even some other folks. All I've gotten back in return is lip, bullshit, disrespect, belittling comments, and there's plenty of times I should have maybe slapped the taste out of his mouth or dragged his ass up and down the street. But being the nice guy I am and not wanting to be in confrontation and fighting and all that BS, I'm not about all that. I don't like coming out of my mouth at people trying to disrespect them because, real men live in a world of physicality. So when you got a guy who's just talking crazy to you, talking about, I ain't scared of you, ain't scared of you, Dave. What are you gonna do, Dave? This guy, he cannot handle his drink either. Anytime he gets drunk, he does not know what he's saying. He has no idea what he's saying. He just goes off at the mouth. Any other time I've been around him drunk, he's tried to come at me those times too, disrespecting me. And it's just like he has no idea how blessed he is because he's a good looking guy too. I'll give that to him. But there's times I could have fucked this guy's face up real bad, and that's just not felt bad about it. Not felt the way about it anyways. But the last part of this text message, right? God bless him. I love him to death, but we are not friends. We are not friends until we discuss this shit. But I say to him after sending that message, the only reason I texted you was because the path I was supposed to take was not available. So please spare me with this talk of professionalism. I've done what I was supposed to do. Again, I wasn't coming on no disrespectful shit like you, but I'm going to keep it G and keep it kosher because I'm not here to upset you or argue. Just wanted to ask a question. When the answer wasn't clear for me, I had more questions. That's it, man. No need to be offended. I'm texting you, bro. I mean, we supposed to be cool, right? But how it got here, I don't even know. But now I know where I stand. So you be safe, bro. I said talk to you later, but I really shouldn't have said that shit because there's nothing to talk about with this guy. And I think that really I'm more than likely just gonna end the podcast on this note here. I'm gonna leave it on a good note though. I'm gonna leave it on a good note and educate you guys. All right. Even though in that moment he was disrespecting me and talking crazy to me, right? I was still telling this guy. I was still telling him, I'm willing to support you, man. I'm still willing to buy a jacket. I'm still willing to spend money at your business. But no, his ego completely took over. They basically told him to tell me, no, fuck that guy. He can't buy any more products. Don't do it. It's a headache. It's like, sir, I'm not going to be the last person who's looking for a refund or is irritated that they got to wait 2 to 3 weeks. Look, man, I'm not wishing anything like this upon you, but if you get a call from the Better Business Bureau or anything like that, just because you're taking 2 to 3 weeks to send people their money back, don't blame me because I tried to tell you about it. I tried to warn you. I tried to let you know that's a ridiculous amount of time to send people their money back. But you think people just are uneducated and don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, guys, the most important lesson I want you to take away from this podcast today is that it's very important that we learn early in life who is on our side and who isn't. Because those same people who claim to be on your side and they hide their hate with love. They hide their malice with love. They hide their fakeness, their plastic asses with love. They're going to fucking cling to you like parasites. They're going to cling to you like parasites because they know you're a good person. They know that you'll talk some sense into them. They know that you'll try to be the light. You'll try to think the right way. But on the back end, they're going to want to try and disrespect you, talk down about you, make jokes and make you the center of their bullshit, and then try to make it seem like, oh, you're just being too sensitive. If anyone in your life has ever told you you're being too sensitive, and that you sat there and explained to them how their actions affect you, fuck them. You heard what I said. I'll say it again for the people in the back. Fuck those people. Anyone who's ever said you're being too sensitive or, you don't know what you're talking about or they're trying to devalue what their actions are doing to you, get them out, get rid of them, get them out of your life. All right? Coming from BWD, Big Wave Dave said it here live. I said it right now. Get them out of your life. Tell them to hit the road because they're not going to bring anything to your life but strife and frustration. But all I want, if you guys need a place to come to listen to some great radio, some great sound and some love and some education, I got your back. And again, if you like what you heard today, and you want more like this, please like and subscribe and donate to the links in the description down below. Once again, and it's really a shame that I got to make an episode like this where I'm talking about somebody who I may have at one time even considered close enough to be my bro. But, I think that my hopes were a little too high. I think that's it. I think that my hopes were just way too high, and that's my fault there. So, guys, once again, this is Big Wave Dave Sound getting on out of here. I appreciate you guys being here to listen, and this next episode we're making next time for episode 6. It's going to be about the stimulus checks, the House of Representatives, Congress, and the Senate, and corporate chicanery, because it's way too much craziness going on. Really, we're going to focus on the stimulus checks and how we got here. But, I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to donate to my Cash App or my PayPal. Go follow me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Check me out at my Simplecast website. And also have a conversation with me on stereo.com/BigWaveSM. All right, guys, I'm out of here.